Hello, guys, and welcome back to the FPL Duo. We're back for the deadline stream for Game Week 27. We hope everyone's doing well. It is a later deadline stream today. Obviously, it is a 1:30 deadline today. Yeah, how you doing, Jordan?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. I think there's a lot of fixtures on today, a lot of 3 o'clock games, and obviously the evening one. But yeah, there's a lot of football to enjoy, I think, today, and a lot of transfers. I think we're both going to make, but I think for some of us it has changed.
Yeah, we've got George Kent as well in the chat. He says, "Yes, boys, nice to see you both. Hope we're good." Yeah, all good.
Yeah, all
George,
good.
hope you're doing well. Yeah, we're back for deadline stream, and yeah, let's discuss, because obviously it is a later deadline. So I'll pull up my team first. Hopefully you guys can see that all okay. I'm going to zoom in for you guys. You're probably going to see a change in my team because I have gone early. I've already made my transfer. Should have really tweeted it out, but I've not had the time. Did make it, I believe, last night. Hopefully you guys can see that. Is that all right? Yeah, I'm just move it to the side a bit. So yeah, guys, I've gone early with my transfers. I'll come on to who that is right now. So I've took out trying to remember who I took out now. Oh yeah, Huang. Yeah, Huang's gone. Wasn't really a transfer that paid off. I bought him in, blanked, got injured. We know he's out for 27. That's confirmed. So I've taken Huang out. I had 8 million in the bank, so money was no issue, and I've upgraded him to Son, and that leaves me with 4 million in the bank now. Son's also had a price rise, so that's why I did it. I didn't want to miss out on that price rise. Obviously, I do care about my value. So yeah, Son's in, which gives me a benching headache. So as you can see from my bench, Solanke is currently on there, and we don't actually know right now if Solanke is going to start or not. So hopefully we hear some team news or some leaks. So at the moment, I've benched Solanke. Now my options are to bench Douglas Luiz or Palmer. I don't want to bench Palmer because he's got Brentford away and they're looking a bit leaky. And I don't really want to bench Douglas Luiz when he's got Luton away and he's on penalties and he's just come off scoring 2 goals from open play. So I'm in a tricky situation with the Solanke benching because Solanke also has Burnley away, which if he starts, I definitely think he can return. I've also got Pedro Porro currently on the bench because initially I thought he's going to start, but it's also been confirmed Pedro Porro will miss out Game Week 27 and he could be back for 28. 28 is looking more likely now for Pedro Porro. So I've benched him and I'm going to start Doughty against Aston Villa at home. It's not a great fixture, to be honest. I expect Aston Villa to score. It's that or Taylor, but Doughty does have some attacking threat and Villa are not great on set pieces. So hopefully Doughty can get something maybe on a corner assist or something like that. So that's why I've played Doughty. So I've done my move. It's Huang to Son and I've got a benching headache. And as of now, I think I'm going to bench Solanke because I'm not sure whether he's actually going to start because of the flag. Jordan, coming onto your team, obviously, you were planning on potentially bringing Salah in. We've heard now Salah's pretty much confirmed injured or he's not back. Klopp did say Szoboszlai's back. Klopp also mentioned Núñez will be in contention after they train. Salah, on the other hand, unfortunately, Klopp said Man City game in Game Week 28 is more likely for Salah. So it's another week out. How has that changed your plans then?
Yeah, hearing that news, that's completely changed my plans because, as you mentioned, I was planning to bring him in this week. And by doing that, I would have taken out Tony and downgraded him to a cheap forward and then took out Foden to bring Salah in. So, yeah, those plans have definitely changed. But obviously, before I discuss that, I'll just run through what my team looks like for Game Week 27. So we've got Leno in goal, back three of Ake, Estepinian and Gabriel. I'll talk about Estepinian as well. Midfield 4, Foden, Gross, Palmer and Saka. And up front, the 3 forwards, Haaland, Tony, Watkins. And on the bench, Areola, Brantwaite. Bell, 50-50 with Aston Villa. He and Huang is also out completely for that Newcastle game. So in terms of transfer plans, they have definitely changed for me. because of that Salah confirmation. If I just switch to obviously my transfer page, I will show you what I am going to do instead now. Just give me one moment.
Yeah, no worries. What's the money in your bank at the moment?
Money back 3.5 million.
Not bad.
So, yeah, a bit of money to leave over. But the new plan now, because Salah's not in it anymore this week, I am going to take out Estupinian. I think this is because of this obvious reason. I think this gives me a good opportunity to take him out sooner rather than later now. So I will take out Estupinian this week and bring in the Bournemouth defender Senesi, which originally I wanted to bring him in after game week 27 when they obviously have a double in 28. But because of this Salah news, I'm going to bring him in much more earlier now. And obviously he has Burnley away, so I'm going to play him because I don't know with Estupinian whether he's going to start or not. As who knows with Zerbi in his rotation with him. So I'm going to bring in Senesi. That will leave me with 3.8 million in the bank. And I'll probably roll the other transfer over because the rest of the team looks fine as of now. So yeah, we have to hear later down the line in game week 28 whether Salah's ready for that game week or not. But he does have Man City, so it's going to be a tough fixture nonetheless. And yeah, that is my transfer plans currently now. Those are the new ones, taking out Estupinian and bringing in Senesi.
Okay, so a bit of change of plans from Jordan. With the Senesi, obviously we know Bournemouth do have a double in game week 28. So I'm actually looking at Senesi myself, maybe for next week, or I might just go safe, go with the goalkeeper, Neto. I've also looked at him. George says, find it hilarious how I took a -4 last night, and both the transfers I made were the two guys you bought in. Yeah, so it looks like you've gone with the two. We've gone with Son and also Senesi are both the ones we've planned. I mean, I've already done the move. As you guys know, Son did rise in price. I think Senesi actually rose in price last night as well. I think he's gone to 4.6 now.
Yeah, he's now 4.6.
Yeah, instead of the 4.5. So yeah, I mean, you've got loads of money anyway. So did I, but I just done it anyway because I knew that was the one I wanted. And yeah, I'm quite happy with the way my team is set up this week, to be honest. That isn't ideal to start him because don't expect a clean sheet there, but the rest of it, I'm pretty fine. I want to ask you about the benching headache situation. If you had to bench someone in my team, who would you bench? Would you bench Douglas Luiz, for example, and play Solanke or?
Well, in terms of between them, who's more owned, Solanke or Douglas Luiz?
Oh yeah, Solanke.
I'll probably play the differential in that case because even though Solanke does play, you might not get a big rank increase rather than Douglas Luiz, who's less owned. I mean, the less owned, the better, I think. And he has Luton away, so that could be a good fixture. Even though Solanke has Burnley away, we're not sure whether he's ready for that game or not. So I'll probably go different this week instead of going with the template.
Yeah, that's what I'm leaning towards. Playing Douglas Luiz. It's Luton away. I just feel like he's a really underlooked pick. I think if he was more expensive, like 8 million, I think a lot more people would be looking at bringing him in. So he's my differential in my team. 13% right now ownership. Solanke, however, I do think Solanke could go quite big if he starts against Burnley, which is a slight worry with Solanke. But again, it's not confirmed he starts. So again, similar to my situation, would you start Gordon, who's got Wolves at home, or would you start Solanke, who's currently flagged? He's got Burnley away, Jordan.
I think in this case, I'd probably just play Solanke, and if he doesn't play at all in that game, then have Gordon as an auto sub to come on. But I would play Solanke over Gordon. I'm just not sure about Newcastle assets at the moment because their form is a bit of a mixed bag, even though the home game looks pretty good. They have some home games where it's a bit iffy for some of them.
Yeah, going back to the question, I think I would probably play Solanke. And if he doesn't start, then obviously Gordon will come on auto sub. With my situation, it's a bit more different because benching Douglas Luiz when he's got Luton away, the reason I bought him in is for games like this. And if I don't play him when he's got a decent fixture, then I feel like it's sort of a waste of a transfer. Obviously, he sort of made up the move for me already So because he's got me the 15-pointer, but I want to capitalize on that again, and maybe he can get another goal or something.
Yeah, I was going to say it's going to be hard to bench Douglas Luiz after he scored 2 goals against Nottingham Forest last game week. So that does make sense to play in this week.
And especially with a lot of teams now template, a lot of us have Haaland, Watkins, a lot of us have Foden, Saka, Palmer even's quite popular now. Douglas Luiz for me is a bit of a differentiator between my team and other teams. So that's why I'm tempted to just keep him in there. Genius Gamer, Rank, Bowen, Douglas Luiz, and Darwin. If it's for this game week, just this game week, who's Bowen got, Jordan? West Ham.
West Ham have Everton.
Everton, okay. Is that away or who's at home?
I believe that is a home fixture for Everton.
Douglas Luiz got Luton. Darwin's got... I think Darwin, if he starts, he's the best pick, personally. I would then go... I'd probably go Bowen second. I'll probably go Douglas Luiz third, and as a Douglas Luiz owner. I think Darwin, if he starts against Nottingham Forest away, it could be a nice game for Darwin. But yeah, we'll have to see. Liverpool news. John Tao. Hi, guys. Hi, John Tao. Hope you're well. Hamdan says Virgil or Trippier. For me, that's easy, I think. I'm going to play Virgil. Liverpool have Forest away. Newcastle have Wolves at home. I would usually say Trippier. Like, Newcastle's home form is usually good, but I'm not so sure on Newcastle's defense anymore, especially after the last few weeks with the injuries they've had. They've had a few come back, but they're still not looking... They're not looking great, to be honest. So I'd play Virgil. I think Virgil also has that attacking threat, as we saw in the cup final. Virgil's actually been very good. The reason he scored against Luton as well, I believe, from a corner. So I'd be playing Virgil.
Yeah, I'd definitely be doing the same. Probably play Virgil van Dijk. Liverpool look much better despite their list of injuries. If we had to compare that to Newcastle, where they've had a lot of injuries, I still go with Liverpool because they have played much better under pressure in terms of that, rather than Newcastle, who haven't really coped.
Gordon at home has only blanked once. That doesn't seem luck for me, but of course Solanke could not be involved in the squad. Yeah, I don't think Gordon's a bad pick. I still don't think he's a bad pick because got a decent fixture, Wolves at home. We know Wolves will be missing Hwang. But for me, I still think Solanke is more likely to score if he starts. Obviously, the only issue is who do you think starts? If you guaranteed me Solanke starts, I would still play Solanke. 1 free transfer already did Darwin to Hwang before he got injured. Oh. Wait, what? Hwang's a midfielder. So should I do Hwang to Son for a -4 or roll? If I do the transfer, should I bench Palmer or Gordon? I'd be playing Palmer. I don't think you need to do it. You're sort of a similar situation to me. I didn't need to bring Son in. Like, I could have just played Solanke and risked it. But I would have no bench, essentially. So I don't want to take that risk. You see my bench. There's no playing players on there except from Taylor, who's a defender. So if I didn't bring Son in, I would have had Hwang there. Hwang's going to miss out. Porro, we know, is missing out. And then Solanke, we know, is a doubt. So I didn't want to be in the situation where I've not got a bench. So I know all the players that in my 11 are going to start no matter what. So if I was in your situation, I'd just play Palmer or Gordon. Do you need the -4 for Son? Do you think Son is worth a -4, Jordan, this week?
No, I don't think he is worth a -4 this week because the way Spurs are looking at the moment, I don't know with that fixture Crystal Palace. I think they look much better now their manager's been sacked. And I'm not sure if that's still a good fixture for them for this week. But you never know. Son could actually score against them. I don't put him past him to do that, but I don't think he's worth a -4 to bring him in for that fixture.
Also, we know Richarlison's confirmed out a couple of weeks now. So maybe 2 or 3 weeks, Richarlison. That means Son is going to play up front. And we saw early on in the season when Son did play up front, he did do really well. So that's one thing to consider. I mean, would I take a -4 for Son? I'm not sure. Obviously, I'm lucky that I could do it for free. So I think for free, it's worth it. -4 is a bit more trickier, I think, especially if you bench a player like Palmer or even Gordon, who both have good fixtures.
Yeah, because I think if you don't do that move, then I think you can play Palmer and Gordon and not have that benching headache either, or bring a Son in.
Carl Pedersen, how would you do for Douglas Luiz or Bowen? Who would you go for, Douglas Luiz or Bowen? Long term, I would go Son, but would have a downgrade massively in defense. If you had to choose Douglas Luiz or Bowen, I could be tempted with Bowen. I
Yeah,
still think Douglas Luiz is a good pick. I think Douglas Luiz is quite underlooked in the game. But when I look at Bowen, we know he did get a hat trick. Maybe that's why recency bias, because he's not returned in weeks, I believe.
yes. Game week 17, I think,
Yeah.
was his last return
18.
against Arsenal. Or 18, sorry. His
Yeah.
last return.
No, my bad. It was 19 against Arsenal.
Oh, 19. Yeah, it's a long time ago.
Yeah, but it feels like a long time. So he got an assist against Arsenal, but his last goal was in game week 18, which was against Man United. And since the game week 18, he hadn't scored until the hat trick in game week 26. So maybe we are looking at now after his hat trick, bring him in. But the fixtures have been there for West Ham. It's Everton, Burnley next. They also play in game week 29 against Aston Villa, which again we know is a blank game week. So both Douglas Luiz and Bowen are good options for that week. But it's a tough one. If you had to pick Jordan, Bowen or Douglas Luiz, where are you going?
Probably go Bowen.
Yeah.
Because I know Douglas Luiz is good. He's on penalties as well, but he is one of those players that can blank for a few and then return. I see with Bowen, especially with Paqueta back in the team now, you might see some more consistency with the nice fixtures that West Ham do have, and they definitely need to get winning these fixtures again. And I feel like Paqueta is a big miss, obviously, when he's out, but with his return, Bowen, I think, has more attack, and you can see when he's got more goals coming from him.
Yeah, definitely Paqueta makes a massive difference to West Ham. So now he's back. I do prefer Bowen over Douglas Luiz. But if you've got Douglas Luiz like me, I don't think there's any rush to get him out when he's got Luton at home. Or sorry, Luton away, I should say. Apparently Solanke might start. Yeah, that's the rumours. It looks like he will start. But even if he does start, in my case, I really don't want to bench Douglas Luiz. So it's a tricky one for me. I've got a bit of a headache. It could backfire massively because Solanke, I'd expect if he plays 90 minutes, I'd expect him to score against Burnley. Burnley are one of the worst teams in the league. So yeah, it could backfire on me. Risking starting Solanke, have Colwell as first sub anyway. Yeah, if you've got Solanke, then I don't think it's a bad idea to start him. We'll look at for leaks in a sec. Hi, bro. Hope you sort out the team. I'm still waiting for the team leaks to confirm my free transfer. Yeah, I mean, there's no early kickoff for 2 weeks in a row now.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's all 3 p.m. kickoffs essentially, and then we know the big one tomorrow. Man United playing, I think, Man City. Then we've got Arsenal on Monday. So yeah, no early kickoff, but gives us a later deadline stream, I guess, than normal. So Jordan, are you locked in Senesi then? Pretty much, is that where you're going?
Yeah, I think that's pretty much where I'm going. I'm actually going to make the transfer now early on because I'm not going to change my mind on Estupinian and whether he starts or not. That's a nightmare. So let me switch back to my window, and we can do those transfers. So let me just reset it so you guys can see what I'm doing. So yeah, Estupinian is the key player that I'm going to take out for this week. He actually dropped price as well, which I didn't realize. I could have took him out early, but I didn't want to risk it. Mm-hmm. So yeah, taking Estu out and bringing in Senesi. And let me just show you what that leaves me with. So it leaves me with 3.8 million and one free transfer, which I'll probably roll over into double game week 28. So here it is, guys. Estupinian out, Senesi in, one free transfer, and that is confirmed. I'll switch back to player page. That little refresh, but I actually will bench Brantwaite because with Bowen scoring a hat trick and Paqueta coming back, I'm most likely don't see a clean sheet coming from him. But that could haunt me.
Yeah, Brantwaite's been all right in terms of. He's been really good, to be fair. The amount of points he's got.
Yeah, and he's only 6% owned, so it's quite underlooked, I think, a little bit for Brantwaite. But yeah, that is the team locked in, I think, for me.
Okay. Nice team. Bought in Muniz of Fulham, 4 goals in the last 4 games, 4.5 million. Brighton home today. Nice fixes coming up. Yeah, it's interesting differential. Muniz, obviously the forward. We know Jimenez is out still. Caceres, hello. Start 8 Nuri, Reguilon, or Doherty. Sorry, or Doughty. I read that wrong. Who's 8 Nuri got? He's got Newcastle away.
Newcastle,
Reguilon's got Chelsea.
Chelsea,
Doughty has got Villa.
Aston Villa.
So they've not got great games.
No,
That's a tough one.
there's no clean sheet.
There's no clean sheet anywhere.
No.
I don't see a clean sheet. I mean, maybe Reguilon against Chelsea at home. I'll probably play Reguilon if I'm being honest, because Chelsea are the one team. I don't know. Chelsea are a weird team. You don't know what you're going to get from them. So I'd back against Chelsea personally. I think Villa will score and Newcastle will probably score.
Yeah, I'll probably take a punt on Doughty because Aston Villa play a really high line against teams, so that could leave some open gaps at the back of the defence and maybe possibly an assist for Doughty if he is to cross it into the box and
set pieces as well.
Yeah, set pieces for Doughty could be beneficial.
Linus says, need to chase rank. I'm just outside the top 1 million. Who would you captain excluding Haaland? I've got to say Saka. If you don't want to go Haaland, I think Saka against Sheffield, second best attack, which is Arsenal, against I believe the worst defense in the league in terms of just shots faced. And Saka against Sheffield has potential to be a big score potentially. We know Saka is on penalties, it seems. They play Monday as well. So, yeah, I think if you don't want to go Haaland, I think Saka is the next best pick, personally. Carl Pedersen as well. Should I take a -4 to get Estupinian out? I already have Ake, Gabriel, Saliba, and Kabore. You're fine playing double Arsenal defense and Ake. You don't need to rush out Estupinian right now. Just bench him because you're probably going to get. We expect Arsenal probably to keep a clean sheet against Sheffield. Gabriel Saliba, that's a clean sheet there, and Ake against Man United, we could see a clean sheet against Man United as well with the way they've been playing recently, especially with Højlund out. So yeah, I would be happy to play double Arsenal defense and Man City for this week.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it didn't work out last game week against Arsenal, the double Arsenal, Newcastle against the double Arsenal defense because they did score 1 goal, but that could have been different. They could have got that clean sheet. Arsenal were just unlucky, I think, for that goal. So I think this week there could be one against Sheffield.
Yeah, definitely. But let us know, guys, what your transfer plans are as well for this week. Also, we've got to do community draft, Jordan, because I feel like we haven't done it for weeks. I don't know if you did it in the last deadline stream.
I had a bit of difficulties accessing the account last week. But
get into it this week. Get into it this week because we'll get into it early. I'll pull up my team while you sort that out. So just for those joining the stream, please make sure you do smash the like button, guys. And also make sure you do subscribe to our channel as well. We've just hit 1.1k on subscribers as well. So like and subscribe and also share the video if you can. 1K3 will Solanke play? I mean, there's no confirmation from what I see, so we don't actually know, but I'd expect him to probably play. Hopefully you've got a bench. I'm trying to see if there's any leaks regards to Solanke, but there's none so far.
I mean, for me, I'm hoping he does play because that does give me a bit of positivity for the double game week because a lot of us will be contemplating captaining Solanke in that double. So hopefully he's fine for that.
Yeah. Obviously, we know we need Solanke fit sort of for next week because of that double. A lot of us are looking to captain him potentially, so it would change our plans if he is not fit. Yeah, I don't see any news regards to that. How did we do in the last couple of weeks, Jordan? Because I feel like we must have had a stinker because you've not done transfers for like weeks. It feels.
We did one the week before, and we rolled the second transfer over to the blank game week. But it was a terrible game week in the blank 26 because a lot
Bradley,
of our players
Richarlison, Darwin, with no bench either. Wow,
and no captain either. But Bowen was the outstanding player, the only return in the game in the team for the community. But let's look ahead. see what it looks like now. And that's how it currently looks. There's a few flags.
This is a wild card, straight up wild card, I think. Elise, Jota, Richarlison, Darwin is a doubt. Pedro Porro, Wang. You could even wild card on this.
Yeah, and it just could be a wild card week. Most definitely. The amount of flags, I think, there's 6 flags in the team. So this could be wild card territory.
Yeah, you can sort that out. What's the rank of this team? What's the rank of this community draft?
It's 3 million. So it has dropped a fair bit from last game week.
If we do free hit, if we do wild card, we'll have to keep some players, right? We'll have to change the whole team. Because if we change the whole team, then we have to bring in players under 10% only.
Yes. A lot of these players like Bowen, potentially Tony will stay, Bradley, Ben White, even Doughty. I think it's only really the players that have flagged.
I mean, how many free transfers do we have? We must have 2. I mean, could you take a -4?
Yeah, we've got 2 free transfers.
I'll let you decide what you want to do with that. Would transfer in Senesi, but already took a -4 hit, so probably would stick with the Doughty then. My team: Neto, Powell, Gabriel, Doughty, Son, Palmer, Saka, Bailey, Solanke, Haaland, Watkins. Yeah, team looks good. Any news on Darwin? As far as we know, Darwin is in contention to start or make minutes or play the game. So whether he's going to start 100%, that's not confirmed, but he is in the squad and he's back fit. So that's positive news. If I had Darwin, I'd probably start him and hope he starts. Even coming off the bench, I still like Darwin as a pick. So I hold Darwin, guys, if you do have him.
Well, while I do this, let me just switch back to the other screen and I'll come back to that once. I've got a situation plan sorted for his draft.
Okay, Carl says, should I bench Gordon or Darwin? We know Gordon's going to start, so at least you got a 100% start there. I'm still tempted to play Darwin, honestly, because if he starts against Forest, I like Darwin as a pick, so I would still go Darwin, but I think the safe play is probably just play Gordon. Would you bring in Castagna? If no, free hit 29, says FPL Dodo. Castagna? I mean, let's check a look at his fixture. I'm not sure I would, to be honest. I know he got an assist against Man United, but that's his only assist, I believe, of the season.
Yes.
I think. Yeah, so it feels a bit knee-jerky. I know he does play, however, against in the blank game week, but he's got Spurs at home, which isn't a great fixture. So no, I probably wouldn't bring him in, to be honest. How many points am I behind Jordan? I actually don't know. I could have a look.
It's not many.
Because I'm about, okay. I'm exactly on the dot, 40 points behind you. So you're on 1,620. I'm on 1,580. So yeah, exactly 40 points. So see how it goes, guys. Obviously, the ranks are still bunched together very tightly. And hopefully, I can start making the plays because I want to get into the top 100K soon. I had a bad start to the season, especially trusting. When I look back at my team this season, I had Rashford and Bruno in game week 1, which what I was thinking, I don't know. But yeah. Do you think Estupinian will start? Probably not. No one knows. I wouldn't bank on it, so I would get rid of him. If you can, if you can bench him, bench him.
Yeah, either bench him or get rid of him because there's no telling. I don't think even Zerbi mentioned him in the press conference. He mentioned other players for nothing regarding Estupinian, which do not understand still why.
Yeah, I think he's worthy of benching. Is Maddison a good shout? Yeah, I think he is. I think he's a great shout because we know Spurs play in game week 29. We know Richarlison's injured. We know Son might be popular, but Maddison maybe he's underlooked. So yeah, I like Maddison as a shout. Low owned, could go big against Palace. Potentially could go big in the double. Sorry, not the double, in the blank game week. So you're not a bad shout. Even Brennan Johnson, if you want to go extra different, or Kulusevski, I think Spurs assets for 29 could be decent. But yeah, let us know, guys, what your plans are in terms of your transfers as well. Has anyone confirmed and locked their team in? Obviously, we're both pretty much locked in. Obviously, I've done Son in. Jordan's bought Senesi in. Sorry, I should say.
Yep.
Hello, guys. What defender to bring in for 4.9 million for a punt? Let me have a look for you. 4.9 million. Let me see what defenders are there. I like the look of. I mean, Doughty again. I like Doughty at 4.6 million because he had the double next week. He had the double in game week 28 against Palace and Bournemouth, which is a decent double. So Doughty's not a bad pick. I think going forward. I think Senesi, Jordan's move. Senesi, I think, is a good pick because Senesi has Burnley and then he has a double against Sheffield and Luton. If you don't want to get Senesi, if you're worried about his yellow card situation, there is I don't know how you say his name exactly. Zabarni. Is that how you say his name? I don't actually know. But you know who I'm talking about, guys. Zabani. I'm going to call him Zabani. He's also the other defender at Bournemouth, essentially. I'm trying to have a look. He's 4.4 million, so he's ultra cheap, cheaper than Senesi. And he's played every single game this season at 90 minutes. So not missed a single minute of Premier League football. And if you want to go a bit safer, we know he's not on the yellow card situation like Senesi is. So Zabani, also another defender that you can go for. Ideally, it depends on your chip strategy. If you're going to free hit in 29, then maybe you don't really care about certain defenders. I mean, just this week, you're looking at Arsenal defenders. If you want to double up on Arsenal, if you're going to free hit 29, Gabriel Saliba double up looks decent. Bradley, rumors coming out. Obviously, Trent isn't expected back still until. I mean, we don't expect Trent back until Brighton now. Actually, Brighton in game week 30. So you've got Bradley against Forest today, but again, Man City next in a blank's not great. Any defender that point stick out to you, Jordan?
For the under 4.9.
Yeah, under 4.9. Oh, yeah, under 5 mil essentially. Yeah.
Quite like the look of Bradley as a cheap option. 4.1 million, 6.3% own. He has Nottingham Forest up, and obviously
and Man City though.
Yeah, they're Man City, but even with Conor Bradley, even off in other competitions, he's played really far. Obviously, in the terms of attack, he's played really up front, and he's even looked good. So, even though with that Man City fixture, he could cause maybe a bit of an upset. Even though he has a blank after that in 29,
yeah,
he could be a nice cheap option to play if you're looking for a 1 week punt against Nottingham Forest.
Udogi is decent as well. Udogi, we know he's back. He's 4.9 million exactly, so you can go to him. He also plays in the blank in 29. So yeah, Udogi's not a bad shout. Elika, I'm wildcarding next week, so just want to maximize points for this week. Oh, if you're going this game week just alone, Bradley is a great pick, I think. I'm just trying to look at the fixtures right now. So in terms of clean sheets, Arsenal have the best potential for a clean sheet. So I'd go for an Arsenal defender if you want the clean sheet. In terms of attack and return, Bradley again is the one, but I don't know what his ownership's like at the moment.
6.3%.
Yeah, so slightly gone up a lot in recent weeks. Obviously under 1% not long ago. But yeah, I still like Bradley as a pick. And if you want to get ultra different, maybe you can go like a Zinchenko at Arsenal or a Kiwior or a Ben White. I think Ben White potentially just to be different if you're dead ending. I can't see too many clean sheets. Man United game, Man City game. Don't really want to get a defender from that game, I don't think. Luton, Villa, Spurs, Forest. Yeah, I think I'd be going with Bradley. Surely starts Solanke over Luiz. Can't see Solanke being benched. He will start or not be in the squad. Yeah, that's the thing. Is it an obvious one? should I just bench Luis, who's got Luton away? I'm not sure, because one thing I've made a mistake, I think, this season is not going for differential picks sometimes when I should be, and doing what I want to do, sort of, and just going with my gut. My gut told me to bring Luis in last week. He scored a brace, and my gut's telling me to just bench Solanke because he's coming back off an injury. But it could backfire because we know Solanke is actually having a very, very good start to the season.
Yes, and I believe I've come up with something for the community draft as well.
Okay, what you've done? What wild card?
No, this is for -4.
-4.
So let me just run through quickly. So I've taken out Richarlison for Bailey. I've taken out the Liverpool midfielder for
Jota, I
Adingra.
think it was. Yeah.
Jota. And the other player I've taken out.
Trossard.
Yeah, and brought Trossard
Okay,
in.
nice. They're all under 10%, yeah?
Yeah, 10%.
Okay,
And
cool.
even though some of them are blanking 29, I think the wild card obviously will be played next game week.
Yeah.
Further down the line. But yeah, this is the team that looks like so far. So yeah, you probably play Bradley, White, and probably Doughty in the back three, and then play Bailey, Adingra, Trossard, and Bowen in the 4, and play up front Tony, Darwin, and Alvarez, even though Darwin could be.
Yeah,
50.
just to confirm for the viewers, this isn't Jordan's actual team. This is the community draft team we started up at the start of the season, where it's just a bit of fun. We're under 10% only players, so just so you guys are aware. Let's read some comments out there. There's a few coming in. We've got Fahid in the chat. It says Bradley or Doughty for this game week and long run. If it's for just this game week, then it's Bradley. Long run, I think it has to be Doughty, because Bradley plays Nottingham Forest, which is a good fixture. Then Liverpool have Man City, which is a tough fixture in game week 28. But then Liverpool blank in 29, and then 30 they've got Brighton, I think, as well. So I would be going Doughty, because Doughty has a double game week coming up in next week. So definitely Doughty over Bradley long term. Thoughts on Robbo and Hwang to Gusto and Bowen? Is that the Liverpool Robbo? If it's the Liverpool Robbo, I would be tempted to just keep him, probably, because we know Robertson's not injured, guys. He got ill. So Robbo was ill for the Luton game, so that's why he wasn't in the squad, but he should be back now. We know Liverpool have a whole heap of injuries, but I know Szoboszlai is back. We don't know if he's going to start. We know Robertson's back from illness, and we know who else is there? Darwin's back in contention. So the only main players Liverpool have out injured right now is Salah next week. We know Trent's going to be back probably after the international break. Alisson's looking like a big one now. Could be longer than the international break. We know Curtis Jones probably after international break. Jota probably, he's done for the season, it looks like. Maybe we get a couple of weeks out of him. So yeah, I think Robbo's fine to keep. But again, with Klopp playing Gomez has been excellent. He's been one of Liverpool's best players this season. So Gomez could get the nod at left back. So I don't know. I still like Robbo because he's a differential. No one really has him. So I'd err on the side of keeping Robbo. I don't think Gusto against Brentford is a great fixture. Against Brentford is a great fixture. Just tuned into the stream a bit late. Are there any leaks or lineups? As far as I'm aware, there's nothing. There's nothing right now. Unfortunately, there is no early kickoff. So usually we get leaks because there's no early games, all 3 p.m. kickoffs.
Yeah, so we might not have any luck in the leak department for teams. So
Solanke's the one everyone wants to know about, essentially.
I mean, Solanke, he's played a lot of football. I don't think he's missed a game so far this season. That's a lot of minutes for underneath him.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to get leaks. But yeah, if you've got Solanke, I'd still start him, and hopefully you've got a bench. Buy Saka and Luis or Son and Bowen. Oof. I mean, I'd want Saka in my team this week because they've got the best fixture on paper, Sheffield. Luis, I think, is a good player to have. I don't think he's a must-have. I think Saka right now might be a must-have. I think Son is the one I would want as well. Saka and Son for me out the 4. if you can go that way. I know they're
Yeah.
more expensive, but I'd probably go Saka and Luis if you had to pick out of the two pairs.
Yeah, I'd have to go with Saka and Luis because Saka's had 3 double hauls in a row now, and he's got Sheffield next. So it would definitely have to be him.
Abhishek, Burn, Estupinian, Walker, Castagna. Who do you bench? Definitely. I mean, you're going to play Burn, I think, a home fixture. Castagna, Fulham have. Who do Fulham have again? Fulham got. I forgot now. Fulham got Brighton actually. So I'd start Walker. I still think against Man United. I'll probably play Burn, Walker, and Castagna actually. I mean, Estupinian's the one he's been frustrating.
Yeah, absolutely. He's not had a return in 5 game weeks, and he hasn't played many minutes either.
Would you do Garnacho to Iwobi, Jordan? Obviously, Iwobi's got Fulham have Brighton.
Probably stick with Garnacho, to be fair. I mean, he does have Man City.
Yeah. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's the only problem that puts me off is the fixture, but you can't predict that fixture what's going to go on. So you never know. Garnacho could get something out of that game. I feel like he will more than Iwobi, even though he has Brighton.
I mean, Iwobi's just got a last minute winner against Man United in 27, and I think Iwobi has a fixture in 29, doesn't he? Iwobi plays Spurs when Man United blank, so you could go there. I mean, I don't think Iwobi would be at the top of my list in terms of players I'll be looking to bring in, but interesting shout. Should I do Alvarez to Watkins or Darwin to Watkins? Alvarez to Watkins, definitely. If Darwin plays today, then I think it's a nice differential to have because most people have got rid of Darwin.
Yeah, I think I'll go with the same Darwin to Watkins, and Watkins again is irreplaceable. I think it's hard getting rid of him because he's been returning so many in so many game weeks.
Tanish -4 Porro to Senesi or start Taylor. I'd probably go. Who's Senesi got this week?
He's got Burnley away.
Oof, that's a tough one. I mean, I'd probably risk and just start Taylor, even though he's probably going to get you a blank 1 or 2 points. Yeah. Don't know if he's worth -4. It could be actually because Senesi has a double next week, so it might make up for it.
I was going to say the -4 I'll probably take because of the double next week after this. We'll make up for it.
Yeah, fair enough. Izana, can you check my team? Yeah, drop it in the comments. Fahid, Lamptey or Doughty? Who do you start, Jordan?
Doughty.
Lamptey has Fulham. I'd probably start Doughty, even though I don't think Doughty's great. Just maybe has a bit more attacking threat. Don't see a clean sheet for Doughty or Lamptey really.
No, it's just terms of who starts, and Doughty is going to start, but Lamptey could not. He doesn't always start in Brighton games like the rotation with Zerbi has in defence.
Ayan, is Son a need? I don't think Son is a player that I'd want personally in my team. That's why I've gone out of my way to bring him in to bench Solanke, which I didn't need to do. So definitely Son for me will become definitely a need potentially going into game week 29, because in game week 29 there's only 4 games, and Son is one of the only premiums that are actually going to have a game. So yeah, I think he's a good pick to have. And yeah, that's why I bought him in. Hi guys, best cheap defender to buy if on a wild card. I think Doughty right now had a double. I think Senesi has a double. Those two.
Yeah, I was going to say Senesi. I think is my choice for best cheap defender to buy on the wild card.
Yeah, if you want to, then Zabani as well at Bournemouth, the other defender. Would you recommend maybe Gusto Kiwior? I wouldn't recommend. I mean, if I was going Arsenal defense, I think Gabriel Saliba are fine. I know they're not. I mean, they are still a bit of a differential. Not everyone has double Arsenal defense, so I'd prefer, because Kiwior could get a benching, the odd benching. So I'd rather not. I'd rather not go there. Gusto.
Thoughts look good.
What Gusto?
I mean, and if we're looking at other competitions like the FA Cup game in Liverpool, I thought he played really well. I think he's one of the best players in that game, and even before that in the Premier League, Gusto hasn't been that bad of a defensive player.
You could go Gusto, Brentford away, Newcastle at home, then a blank. So if you're going to navigate that blank, Burnley after that, United. I don't hate Gusto. It's just, yeah, if you have faith in Chelsea, that is, then go for it. I'm not sure about Chelsea, but Gusto does have attacking threat, as we know, and Reece James is probably going to be out for a lot longer. So it's not a bad pick to bring in. Captain, Saka, Watkins, Haaland. I mean, I'm both on. I mean, you're on Haaland, aren't you, as well? I'm on Haaland.
Yeah, absolutely. I think if Højlund and Shaw were fit, I think I probably would go against Haaland.
Really?
But, yeah,
I still wouldn't. I just think Man United are pants, basically.
Yeah.
And for me, Haaland getting 5 goals against Luton. That, I mean, there's one scenario where you could go Saka. If you're like outside the top 1 mil, outside the top 2 mil, and you need to be different for the sake of being different, go Saka. Because Saka's got a great fixture against Sheffield. Looking at Arsenal are the second best attack in the league, playing the worst defense in the league. So Saka obviously is going to have potentially a good day out. So yeah, I think Saka's a good pick, but I think the safer pick, if you're happy with your rank and you sort of want to hold rank, I think Watkins, Haaland is the one to go for. And we all know it just takes a dubious penalty and then it looks like you've made the wrong call, basically. So yeah, I'm on Haaland, but I don't hate Saka if you want to be different. I'm not gonna try to read out the same comments as well. Like there's quite a few comments that are similar. Do I start Palmer or Diaby? Palmer, I think.
Yeah, gotta be Palmer against Brentford. They're actually hovering near the relegation area, so they got to be very careful, Brentford, and obviously their matches are not the easiest coming up. But I believe Palmer has a good game there.
Yeah, Palmer could do well, could go big. Should I do -12 or just wildcard? -12 is too much, if I'm being honest. If you want to take a -12 this week, I'd rather wildcard. Leno's my keeper right now. Keep him in goal or start Areola. Who are you starting, Jordan? Areola or Leno?
Yeah, I've actually switched because I have a Brighton attacker. I've actually decided to go with Areola instead. Nice. Just think maybe he could maybe keep a clean sheet if I think about it now against Everton, but it's going to be a tough one.
David, you want to get Solanke in your first 11 house? Yeah, who do I bench? David, let me know in the chat. Who do I bench if I want to play Solanke? Because I have to bench one of Douglas Luiz, who's got Luton away, coming off 2 goals in his last game. Bench Palmer, who's got Brentford away, or I bench Foden, who's got Man United at home. Those are realistically the 3 options I can bench. There's no way I'm benching Son, Saka. Can't bench Watkins. Can't bench Haaland. So yeah. And Solanke is the only one in my team that is a doubt. So we don't even know if he's 100% going to start. I think he will. But look, it could backfire massively because Solanke is highly owned, ain't he, now?
Relatively, yeah. I mean, after that flag issue, he has 23%. Yeah, his ownership did drop a bit. Obviously, that game. But it depends how many minutes Solanke plays as well. If he is fit, will he play the full 90 or will the manager decide to just take him off early in that game as well?
Bench Luiz. Comment from Benji. Bench Palmer. Bench Foden. Yeah, I can't bench Foden. Then again, if Foden plays on the left, he's not as attacking. Obviously, he's better down the middle in terms of goal threat. But yeah, I'm not sure. Bench Palmer. Don't know about that. All it takes is a penalty from Palmer, and then he's going to get the bonus points because Chelsea, no one else scores goals in Chelsea. So that's a 10-pointer right there if he gets a penalty because he's going to get the bonus points.
Plus, and Kunkun is out as well. It's only really Nicholas Jackson in terms of attack, which I don't like the looks of him either because he still looks like he's fine in his shooting boots and his running boots. So Palmer is the only hope for Chelsea, really, if they're going to get goals. And Brentford have conceded 4 against West Ham last game week.
Felix, thoughts on Son, captaincy v Saka, Fahid as well, Son or captain Haaland? I mean, we've just to touch on captaincy. Obviously, we spoke about captaincy a bit. I think Haaland for me is the one I'm set on. We know what happened last time he got his hat trick against Man United, and I missed out on that because I went to captain someone else. No, that I ain't gonna make that mistake again. I mean, I'm sticking on Haaland. Just scored 5 goals, wasn't it? Against Luton. Haaland's ridiculous. I mean, if you want to chase, if you are chasing in the mini league, etc., I think Saka's the one to go for over Son. I think Son's a good pick, but I think Saka is a standout second pick, maybe even a first pick, because we know Sheffield United are quite poor. I mean, they've conceded the most shots. They faced the most shots of any team in the league so far this season. So, and we know their left-hand side is weak. Sheffield's left-hand side is where most of the attacks come down from. That's Saka's side. So I think Saka could go big as well. Munib, rate the team, please. Areola, Udogi, Saliba, Trippier, Foden, KDB, Saka, Neto, Haaland, Solanke, Watkins. Yeah, it's a good team. I don't like Trippier. Really, I don't like Trippier, but he could get an assist. Neto, Wolves have Newcastle, don't they? So you're Trippier with Neto essentially. Team looks good. I think KDB. I know he's been quite frustrating for managers because he did get a couple of benchings, but KDB, I'm predicting him to go big this game week against. I have a feeling that KDB is going to be the one that like outshines Haaland this week.
Do you think
in terms of like? Yeah, I think he will start 100%. I think KDB, if you've got him, play him, enjoy the points. I think KDB could go big because this is the type of game where KDB turns up on. I think even games against Liverpool and stuff. I think maybe Pep was looking at this fixture. The couple of benchings he's had. Maybe looking at it thinking, I'll get him ready for the game against Man United. I don't know, but KDB always plays a big game, so I would trust him to start. Loads of Solanke comments coming in still from Nawaraj. Solanke injured or start? I mean, we'd expect him to start.
Yeah,
but we don't know really because the leaks. We've not got any leaks in regards to that.
Yeah,
unless. Have you seen anything?
No, I've not seen anything. I don't think we'll see anything about whether Solanke's on.
Okay, there's one leak that he's travelled with the squad. He's travelled, so that's all we're gonna get. I don't know how serious. I don't know how reliable the source is. Apparently, Solanke's travels to Turf Moor. Obviously, that doesn't confirm he's going to start, but yeah, take what you all guys out of that info.
It's a good sign, I mean.
Yeah, it's a good sign. There's some Darwin Núñez leaks. Apparently, Núñez is on the bench.
Ooh.
On the bench. That's from Lazy FPL. So if you've got Núñez, guys, there you go. You've got a leak there. Núñez is on the bench.
It's not good for the community draft.
Yeah, you got to change that ASAP.
Yeah, I said it would be -8 if he took Darwin out because no other replacement apart from Delo who's got Man City.
Yeah.
But saying that, I will make the transfers actually on the community draft quickly before the stream.
I'll let you lock it in.
So
I've got to take questions as well because there's a few that have come through.
So yeah, Elise or
Lisa, yeah.
Yeah, Elise, Diogo Jota, Richarlison, all three of them out. Bailey, Adingra, Trossard in for -4. That's confirmed. And yeah, we'll just bench Darwin and put him on the bench there. And I think that's all set.
Cool. Yeah, that's fine. We've got forced into playing Dallo, no worries. Yeah, okay, cool. Move back to some of these comments. Start Palmer or Neto. Palmer. Buy Bowen or Maddo. I think this week I'll go Maddison. Garnacho or Doughty. Probably Garnacho, but
yeah,
it's not a great fixture. Start Ake or Solanke. Got to start Solanke. I think, even though he's currently flagged. Would you play Solanke or Bernardo? Bernardo. Will Bernardo start? That's the thing. I'd play Solanke, I think. Go Solanke. Solanke's a good pick, guys. Just because I'm not starting him. I'm only not starting him because I've got Douglas Luiz, and who I just want to start against Luton. That could backfire, but yeah, I would be starting Solanke if you've got him.
And as long as you've got bench cover for Solanke, it shouldn't be much of an issue for your teams.
Should I Who should I bench for Solanke? Palmer, De Bruyne, Gross, Watkins. What? Yeah, you've got to bench Solanke, mate. That's the sort of situation I'm in. Palmer, De Bruyne, you can't bench them. Maybe Gross. Maybe you could get away benching Gross, who's got Fulham away. Yeah, I'd bench Gross. I think that's an easy one. Yeah, I'd bench Gross.
Yeah, between those picks, yeah, probably have to. Even though I don't want to, I'd have to do it.
Yeah, with my one, it's Douglas Luiz or Solanke, and I just think Douglas Luiz has a decent fixture, so it's a tough one for me. I've seen a lot of people take out Foden. You know, I wouldn't be taking Foden out.
Do they know something we don't about Foden? Yeah,
I mean, assuming KDB plays down the middle, that could shift Foden out on the wide. Obviously, out wide, he's not as effective in terms of goals. So that could be a thinking behind it. But I would be keeping Foden personally against Man United.
Yeah, because I've seen a lot of predictions from people saying this could be a high score line for Man City, 6-0. I've seen people predict against this fixture, which could be possible.
Eslam, Chang, and Adebayo to Son and Morris for -4 worth it. Yes, I think it is worth it.
Indeed.
Morris double next week. Yeah, we'll all probably want Morris next week anyway in our teams.
Yeah, he's a good substitute for Adebayo, who's got a hamstring. Doesn't look like he's going to play the double, and he's a little bit more expensive, Morris, but he's probably the only attacking Luton player I'd go for the double.
Yeah, I think Solanke will start, guys. So I wouldn't be worried about him. So that's just my guess. Leaks and live transfers. Good work, boys, says David. Cheers, guys. Also, guys, don't forget to like the stream, please. If you are enjoying the content, hit that like, and also please do subscribe as well. Really helps support the channel. All your likes. Might do Foden to Bowen next game week. Yeah, Foden's got Liverpool next game week, so that's maybe Foden out next week is more beneficial, especially with the blank after that. So Man City will have Liverpool and a blank. So then you might wildcard in 30, and you may not want Foden.
Yeah, I think I would like to see what Bowen does this week. And if he does score again, then he looks more appealing next game week when Foden has the blank in 29 and when he plays Liverpool in 28.
Yeah. -4 to get Neto in goal. I have no playing keeper. Yeah, do it. If you've not got a playing keeper, I think you've got to do it. And you get a double out of him. Maddison for Jota. Yep. Solanke for Darwin. Now we know Darwin's on the bench. I would keep Solanke. So, if you're going to bring Solanke in, yeah, I'd probably bring Solanke in for Darwin. Assuming Darwin's on the bench, yeah, I think the moves are fine. -4. The -4 looks fine because you're going to get a double out of Solanke. Maddison's going to have a game in game week 29, and Neto's got a double in 28. So, yeah, decent moves.
It's quick to edit comment. You might have to
Yeah, we just read that one. Sorry, Elliot. There's so many comments coming in, guys. So we'll try to read all of them out. Start Walker or Alex Moreno. I think you got to start Alex Moreno. Yeah, it's Luton.
Yeah, better fixture.
Luton. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have Powell and Konza. What are the chances both don't play? Would you -4 for either? I'm not free hitting. If you're not free hitting, I'll just keep them. And I mean, if you've got an 11, just keep them on the bench. If you don't have an 11, that's another situation. So it comes down to if you can get 11 playing players.
And be very quick, guys, on your transfers. You've literally got less than a minute now to make them before the deadline is up.
Yeah, about 40 seconds. Basically, thoughts on free hit 29 wildcard 30. Again, it's very hard to answer these questions. It is very, very team dependent. It's literally impossible to answer without looking at your teams. It depends on how many players you have in game week 29. I think I have 6 players in game week 29. I think.
Yeah.
So I'm most likely not gonna use my free hit in 29. I'm gonna free hit in 34, I believe.
Yeah, I think that's what you said last time in terms of chip plans. I think either way though, free hit. not free hit in game week 29. There's either going to be people that are going to wild card or going to free hit. It's one or the other, I think, majority, because most of us.
I'm not doing either. I'm taking hits. I'm taking hits. Yeah, I'm taking a -4 or -8. I think I can't remember what it was with my plans.
Yeah, unless you're in hustle situation where you take a lot of hits to get past it, a lot of people will be in the situation where you have to free hit with wildcard. Depending on if you have your second wildcard still, then it'll probably be the free hit.
Yeah, I think free hit 29 is going to be a very, very popular strategy because a lot of people will have like 2 or 3 players. I think I've got 6. I'm going to bring in more players. I can get 11 out in 29 with a -8, I think. So I'm not I'm okay with taking a -4 next week and then a -4 in 29 just to get 11 out, and then I'll wait to wildcard in 30 or probably 31 wildcard is my plan, and I'll bench boost in 37 and then I'll free hit in 34 because 34 is a double as well. Sorry, obviously, I mean, it's past the deadline now, but Gabriel, you've got to start him. Van Dijk, you've got to start him, and then I'll probably play. I'll be tempted with Brantford, over Doughty.
Yeah, Brentford as West Ham home could be a good fixture for you.
And yeah, that's it, guys. That is the deadline's done. Good luck to everyone. Hopefully, you guys have a good game week. Hopefully, you get the green arrow. How many double game weekers will you have, Haas, for 28 then? Okay, let me show you on FPL.team. I'm sure we could do the stream for a bit longer. So let's do some planning. Let's do a chip strategy for the last. We'll stay a bit longer, guys. Do our chip strategy. Now, I'm going to share my screen with you guys. Just 2 seconds. If it's not working. Is your FPL.team working?
I can check.
Yeah, hold on, guys. Munib says, love these streams. Vibes are just up. I really appreciate that, Munib, that you do enjoy the content. Appreciate that. All we ask for you guys, just a like.
It's not working for me, but it appears to be down. FPL.team.
All right. I'll just show you normally then on the thing website. Not as good. Obviously, I won't know who plays.
Might not be able to do that either because it's updating.
Oh, yeah. Damn. Unless there's any other sites, planning sites. FPL.team, I'm not seeing that down before.
Yeah, that's the first time I've not been able to access it.
All right. Unfortunately, guys, the transfer planning website is down, so I can't actually show you. But what the plan is next week's the 28th. So what I'm going to do, go back to my team. What my plan is for next week, I'll bring in Senesi, or I'll bring in Neto, the goalkeeper, for Ake. So I'll probably take Ake out next week when he's got Liverpool. And I'll be bringing in, as I said, Senesi. And also what I'm going to do for game week 28, I'm going to take out Haaland next week as well. I'm taking out Haaland for Morris. Taking out, that's the plan. I'm honestly, I'm not joking. I'm taking out Haaland. I'm bringing in, the plan was to do Haaland to Adebayo, but that's changed now because of an injury. I'm probably going to bring Morris in for Haaland. I'm going to go without Haaland in game week 28 when he's got Liverpool. So I'm not going to have Haaland against Liverpool. And then Haaland blanks in 29. So I don't have to worry about that. And then in 30, I'm going to potentially wildcard. So let me just see who Haaland's got in game week 30. I could go without Haaland. Actually, I'll go without Haaland again, potentially against Arsenal. I might risk going without Haaland because Liverpool blank Arsenal. That's a tough little run. So I might go without Haaland against Arsenal. And then I'm going to free hit in 31. I'll free hit Haaland back in. So what's the plan is, so keep him for Man United, sell him for Liverpool for a doubler in Morris, blank, risk it against Arsenal, and then bring him back in for Villa. And then I'll keep him for the rest of the season, essentially. So yeah, it looks like Haaland could be going out. Let me know what you guys think. Would you be keeping Haaland against Liverpool and Arsenal? Because they have 2 tough games. You have a good squad value then as you're getting him back. Yeah, I've got a decent squad value.
Yeah, it's really hard. I think it's 105 point something. It's really good squad value.
Haas, I think you could go without Senesi and go with a player in 29. Yeah, well, essentially, I'd want Solanke who doubles. I've got Doughty who doubles. Who else? Is that it? And then I'll bring in Senesi. That will give me 3 doublers.
Three doubles.
Yeah, Senesi's gonna come in for sure. I'm pretty certain Senesi's gonna come in. Senesi or Neto, one of those guys. I'd want another doubler in there.
Or when you
And
have
Morris,
4.
my bad. Morris will come
Yeah,
in.
Morris.
I'll have 4. Yeah. Yeah. I'll have 4. So yeah, that's the plan. Obviously, I know I'm still chasing, so I'm trying to be a bit different, but yeah, we'll see. I think this is when it gets interesting this season because the chips we're gonna have. I'm gonna play. I've decided I'm gonna actually take the route of not free hitting in 29, which I know is the popular strategy. I'm gonna go against it and try risk it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see.
Nothing wrong going against the trend. Because it can.
Yeah, because I feel
work
like
out
one
really
that
well.
I've done well, I've gone against sort of the trend, like bringing in Douglas Luiz. I know that for some reason there was like mass FOMO to having Bruno and Rashford in our Game Week 1 teams. Like everyone, I felt like had them, and maybe I was swayed just by bringing Bruno and Rashford in. I don't know if you remember. Do you have both in
Yeah.
your? You had.
Ironically, I didn't have any. I don't think.
Yeah,
at
that's
that
why
point.
you've just started. You had a good start.
Yeah.
Michael says, please tell me Solanke will play. Yeah, looks like he will probably play. He's travelled. That's the best you're going to get. Don't know if he's going to start, but I think he will start personally. And I hope he doesn't punish me too much. Obviously, I've benched him. If Haaland outscores Morris, I don't think it would be by much. You'd be unlucky if it does. Yeah, I mean, selling Haaland's always risky, as you guys know, like what he's capable of. He can easily score against Liverpool.
Yeah.
He's Anfield, though, and I'd expect Liverpool to maybe put up a good game against City. But we know Liverpool have injuries. You know, Alisson's confirmed out. Trent isn't going to be there. Jota, we know. So Liverpool aren't going to get too many players back. Salah should be fit, though, to face Man City. So I'll see how I feel. If I feel like if Liverpool lose or something, or they get another couple of injuries heading into that Man City game, then I'll have to reassess my plan. But my plan was always to get rid of Haaland when he's got Liverpool and Arsenal.
Yeah, he's had a couple of price rises as well. 14.5 million, so he's risen by 0.5 since obviously he's back from injury.
Yeah, that's slightly annoying. He's 14.5 now. I don't know what he's going to be next season, but he might start at that price next season. Who knows?
Record value. Hopefully not. That's less money for us to spread in the rest of the team.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think we'll wrap it up here, guys. That is it from us. We'll talk about chip strategies in the knee-jerk stream tomorrow. So we are going live tomorrow, I believe. Who's the tomorrow fixture? Man United, Man City, isn't it? Manchester Derby.
Yeah. Big game.
You confident?
As a Man United fan, not really confident with that game going forward. I mean, I think I would be more confident if Foden was fit.
Yeah.
And there's a bit more goals, I think, from them.
Okay. So yeah, Man United, Man City is a 3:30 kickoff, so it's strange, a bit an hour earlier than usual. So we'll be going live at 7 p.m. UK time tomorrow to discuss how we've done in Game Week 27. So make sure you guys tune in for that. Should be a good one, and we'll see if Man City and Man United how that game. I think that's going to be a good game. And then we know Arsenal play on the Monday, so we'll have a few players still not yet to play, like Gabriel, Saka, both in our team. So yeah, I think that's it from us, guys. Tune in tomorrow, 7 p.m. UK time for the knee-jerk stream. Yeah, I think that's it from us. Thank you guys for watching. Yeah, it's been a nice stream. Anything else you'd like to add, Jordan?
Just one more question on the chat from Dan, because I just saw this briefly. Do I want Man United to win or my Man City players to do well? Well, I want Man United to win, but I also want Man City players to do well at the same time.
Take a 3-3 or something. Haaland scoring a hat-trick. Or no, 4-3 to Man United. I'm assuming you want United to win.
Yeah, it's a big win if Man United do get the win, but a draw even against them would be equally as good. So yeah, I probably want them to win Man United and Man City to obviously do well in terms of my players. But Dan.
I mean, Man United actually have a decent record against Man City. They've had a good few results, I remember, in the last couple of years. So who knows? But yeah, take care, guys. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll see you
Yeah.
tomorrow. Peace out.
Yeah, see you later, guys. Take care.